obviously awesome game for Miami University. It's unbelievable to be here. Appreciative that they scheduled us. Love to schedule them again. Had an awesome 2 days. Obviously, the outcome not what we're looking for. We certainly didn't run into a bad Notre Dame team. They have a very good team this year, and they're playing the game the right way, and they're only going to get better, I think. Felt good about our compete level. Their offensive line overwhelmed us, run and pass. Wimbush is scary enough running around, but we really never made him run around. We never really got anybody close enough to him to really. I don't know that we could have tackled him if we got guys back there, but it was like Fort Knox in the pass game, and they've got good receivers, and I thought our DBs chased him around as much as they could, but there was just crazy too much time in the pass game, and he's back there, got clean looks and whipping the ball around. And then obviously the run game. We tried to load the box and defend the run. We knew going in that would be a struggle, and we felt like we had to keep them bottled up. If Adams got loose, it was going to get ugly in a hurry. Not that it doesn't happen to other people, but we didn't feel like if he got into our back end, we're going to have a great opportunity, and he proved that pretty quickly that when he got in our back end, it got ugly in a hurry. So they ran the ball, they threw the ball. I know they were working on things that they wanted to work on, try to keep improving their team, which I think they did. I felt like we had a number of guys that were fine on the field, which is awesome for them. I think there's 10 to 15, probably 15 guys I really think can play with the guys from Notre Dame. I'm not saying they outplayed them. I'm not saying they're better. I'm just saying that they belonged on the field. We didn't have enough, obviously, and then we had some positions that got really exposed, and they're good MAC players. We got to get them to bounce back and understand that, hey, there's some guys that played really good against Central Michigan last week that were fine and we're outmatched today, and that's just part of it. So. Overall, great experience. We're going to put this one to bed in a hurry. Not that we're not going to correct the errors. We're certainly going to correct the errors. You're always going to correct the errors, but we're not going to spend time watching good plays. They can watch this game on their own. Second half, we got everybody in that we're not redshirting, which was awesome. Everybody had a chance to play in this venue and at least get one snap. Some only got one, but they got one. And again, a lot of kids did good things. So I thought our running backs were good. I thought our receivers made plays. I thought our quarterback made some plays. So, and I thought there's guys on defense that were fine. There's other guys that weren't fine. So they got a good team, and I wish them the best of luck the rest of the year.
So what was your offensive game plan as it related to how they defended? Did it look like they were in quarters most of the night?
Yeah, they run quarters. They run three-cloud boundary. They got a variety of pressures. They do a good job of disguising it and coming from depth, and they execute them all very well. You know.
Did you anticipate that was going to be their approach against you?
Yeah, they kind of ran what they ran. We were again, we're like everyone else. We're going to be dreamers. We came in with a crazy aggressive hand. We're going to try to attack them and whip it around and hopefully catch them in some pressures and get the ball in the seam and try to get them back on their heels, which I thought we did early. The problem is we couldn't stop them. We wanted to get the toss. We wanted to get the ball first. I didn't want their offense on the field first. I didn't feel like that was the best matchup, even though our defense has totally outplayed our offense. And then we had the turnover, which got a lot of, we got two scores. If we could, it could have been 21-14, I think. But we were going to be aggressive and try to get them back on their heels. I think we did a little bit. We'll see what they say about it. I think we had a pretty decent plan and to attack all their coverages.
You made them miss some tackles, certainly.
Yeah, no, our backs are good. We got good backs.
Yeah.
We got
in a perfect world, I mean, you don't want Ragland throwing 37 times, but in order to beat Notre Dame.
Correct. No, that's not. We're way. Yeah, no doubt. We didn't. Again. I thought our O-line run block good tonight. We ran the ball probably better than I thought. Now, we were pretty aggressive throwing early, so maybe they got a little bit more playing pass. But I was actually surprised how well we ran it today. And not that we ran it great, but I was anticipating we didn't run it all. They got some good guys up front. Their backers are good, and they play. So we had 377 yards on 7 plays. And I know they played their twos, but we also played our twos some. I mean, I felt like, and again, defensively, we had plenty of guys that could, but we didn't have enough. And we're beat up. 2 of our best defensive players don't play. I don't think that makes a huge, but it makes a difference.
Junior, difference on the long run by Adams.
Our number one and 2 tacklers aren't on the field. So but overall, I thought our kids came and they took the challenge. They played and took our shot, and we got our butts whipped, and time to move on.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Gardner certainly showed some skills on those 2 touchdowns. I mean, it seemed like he was well guarded both times, and he just made a play.
Yeah, he's big, and he's very good at catching the ball, and if we put the ball in good spots, he's going to make plays. He played against Iowa last year and had a really good game, played against Mississippi State. Obviously he's been very good at MAC play, but when he stepped up the competition, he's played well against the best people he's played. So he had a nice game, and we threw some good balls to him and gave ourselves a chance to move it a little bit, and they were well covered, and he's not the fastest, but he's really good at catching it, so he's typically pretty well covered.
Josh Adams had 151 yards just in the first half alone.
That's all he played. He would have had 350 if they played him in the second half. So it's pretty simple math. We were not stopping him. He's really good. He's been really good here. He tends to break off big runs if you give him. He's big and strong, but he runs through those. He doesn't really make you miss on the back. He just runs through arm tackles. You know, he gets smaller DBs, and he makes a habit of. Yeah, he could have. I think he got dinged up on the one play, but he could. If they wanted to keep pumping him, he had 8 for 159. He could have set some records today, probably. So.
What was it like being back at Notre Dame today?
It was actually better than I hoped, honestly. The outcome wasn't better than I hoped. I thought we could play with them a little better than we did, but it was fun to see so many people that I love here. That was the biggest thing. Being back in Notre Dame, okay, that was fine. I've been to Notre Dame many times in my life, so that wasn't. But I saw a ton of people pregame, postgame, during the game. You know, I mean, not just coaches and players. I was here for tons of other people that I got to. I mean, tons of ushers. I mean, I've been here for 4 years. I probably saw 4 ushers that I haven't seen in 40 ushers that I haven't seen in 40 years that were really good people, and I saw almost on a weekly or sometimes daily basis the people that were practice. So that part was fun to see a bunch of people that you really love, and then being in the stadium is always good for me. I love what they did with the renovations. Totally, I hadn't been in it until yesterday. Totally different. They've obviously hit a home run with inside, outside, the whole deal. So that part's cool, and I enjoyed it for a team. I thought anytime you play one of these big venues, you're a MAC team, you step up. It's cool for these kids. You can act like it isn't. We could have stayed on the field yesterday for 4 hours. Our kids wouldn't have left. Like it was cool to be in Notre Dame Stadium. They may not always say it, but in a play today, and like I said, the kids that played well, I think they'll have that, and everybody got in the game. And kids that got their butts kicked, hey, they got their butts kicked at Notre Dame. It's not like getting your butts kicked at some other places. So, and it'll help us get better because there's some kids that have been playing pretty good, and they realize there's a whole nother level out there. It's Division I football. Notre Dame's Division I team. We're a Division I team. There's upsets of this nature that what didn't happen today, but to get to that point, which we want to get to the point where we beat a team like this, there's some kids that got to get a whole lot better, and that's also helpful to our team.
Anything else? One more. What was it like honoring Coach Parsegian and obviously with the
It was great. It was great. It's kind of, I said one, it's so sad he passed away, but he's also 94, pretty good. I hope somebody tells me it's sad I passed away at 94, that'd be a heck of a deal. But just the fact that we haven't played since 1908 or something, 1909. So just the fact that he passed away the year that Miami's playing Notre Dame, and as much as he's revered here, he's revered way more at Miami. That's what Notre Dame people know. He's a Miami alum. He was a multi-sport athlete at Miami. Like he's revered. There's stories about him playing at Miami and what a great player and how he was. And obviously he was one of the starting of the cradle of coaches. We got on an unbelievable run there of Hall of Fame coaches, but he was kind of the first to roll through. And there's people, I drove on the bus with somebody that went to school with Eric Parsegian at Miami. So as much as he's loved in Notre Dame as a Hall of Fame coach and national championship winning coach, it goes way deeper at Miami because he's not only a Hall of Fame coach at Miami, but he's an alum of Miami, and people went to school with him and really know what kind of person he was. So pretty fitting that Miami got to play Notre Dame, and I think both teams played the game the right way. We had a couple penalties, obviously we'd like to have back, but I think we honored him. We talked about this week. We owe it to Eric Parsegian to play football the right way today. No matter what the score is, what at halftime it was ugly. Our kids pulled their neck and came out and competed in the second half, and it wasn't like, oh, whatever, we'll just move on to the next week. No, we were going to keep competing every snap, and I think both teams obviously did that. And, so it's pretty cool from that perspective.
Obviously, Gardner had a pretty big game. What's it like having a target like that, just kind of be able to throw it up and know most of the time he's going to come down with the catch?
Yeah, no, it's awesome having James out there. Obviously, he's a huge playmaker, and anytime I see him one-on-one, I know it's probably a good chance we're going to come down with it. So obviously playing with him is very fun, and the dude just goes out and makes plays week after week. He's proven to be virtually unguardable. So obviously having a weapon like that on your team, it's awesome having him out there.
How'd you feel about the overall offensive performance today?
I think we did well. We had a couple injuries, and guys stepped up, and you saw we were able to move the ball on them pretty much the whole game, other than a couple turnovers, which were on me. I think we had a great game, and guys really stepped up and got out there and competed today, and I'm really proud of the way our offense moved the ball on a high caliber defense like Notre Dame. So going into tomorrow and to the next week, we definitely have a lot to build off of with what we did today.
So people talk about the aura of playing at Notre Dame. I mean, what was it like out there?
It was great. It was a great experience. obviously, you know, people consider that to be the mecca of college football. So just went out there today and had fun and enjoyed the atmosphere. You know, it's not every day you get to play in front of 80, 90,000 people. So, you know, great tradition here, obviously. It's one of those games where you grow up kind of dreaming of in your backyard, you know, playing it in venues like Notre Dame Stadium. So just a great opportunity. Very fortunate to be part of it, and now it's time to move forward and get better, you know, and focus on the stuff we have ahead of us. So.
Speaking of moving ahead and getting better, where's this team's mindset at as they go into the MAC season as you guys try to win a MAC East title?
Very confident. You know, this is the first time I think since Coach Martin's been here that we started off MAC play with a W, and you know, obviously the way we ended MAC play last year, just a lot of confidence. I think all the guys are in there right now just already thinking about Bowling Green and you know, the hell of a journey we have ahead of us. We have a fun, long 7-week journey ahead of us that we're going to go through together, and we know it's going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to be able to do a lot of great things, so we're really looking forward to it.
Forgive this question, but I have to ask. How did the hits feel compared to MAC?
You know, I think our O-line did a good job, and you know, when I got in open space, I kind of got down, and you know, I kind of knew I was going to have to avoid some of those big hits, so I don't think they landed really any square hits on me, but you know, if they did, obviously, you know, those guys are different dudes on the other side of the ball. You know, 4 or 5-star recruits, and you know, they did a hell of a job. You know, windows opened and closed a lot faster, and you know, that hats off to them. They're a great defense, and like I said, we're going to learn from the tape and get better. But yeah, I don't think they got, you know, a ton of clean hits on me, but I'm sure if they did it wouldn't have felt great. So.
What was it like playing at Notre Dame? Obviously, as a football player, and to treat it like any other game. But as a fan of football, someone who likes football, what was it like playing in a stadium like that?
You know, last year since I played Iowa and my first game started, and I had my first experience of a big college game. It felt good to me. I took advantage of the opportunity. You know, just because, you know, growing up as a little kid, you know, you always wanted to play for a big stage, especially Notre Dame. You know, they're well known, and I don't know. I just felt like I was just happy just to play, you know, and obviously it showed on the field. I would have wished. I'm sorry. I would have wished we would, you know, correct some mistakes as a whole team, you know, and we had a chance. But you know, Notre Dame is a great opponent, and they treated us well when we was here. So you know, my experience here was great, other than a loss. You know.
Seems like you and Gus have a pretty good symmetry out there, quarterback to receiver. I mean, those 2 touchdowns, it looked like you were pretty well guarded, but you threw it in your direction and you made a play.
Yeah, you know, with that, me and Gus, we pretty much worked on it all summer. You know, we trust each other. He trusts me, and I trust him to make the right throw. And you know, when the game's on the line, my team trusts me to make the play, and that's all I do is make the play.
So, I mean, when you get in tough situations like that, I mean, you feel confident you're going to come down with the ball, that you're going to win those one-on-one battles?
Oh, yes, sir. Only because in practice we have, you know, a couple of the best cornerbacks in practice, especially in the summertime, going against Heath Hardy, you know, Cedric Assay, DeAndre, you know, Montgomery, all those guys, you know, they just prepared me just for this game right here, not just, you know, for any other game. But I just feel like it's just great opportunity for us to be out here and do this.
So how do you feel about this team sitting here through 5 games?
We didn't even reach the surface yet. We just scratching the surface. You know, we still have our MAC games left, and after this game, seeing everybody play and making plays, I feel very confident in us making a run for the championship. But we have to take it one game at a time. Tomorrow we'll go in and watch the film. But after that, we focus on BG, and hopefully we come out with that win next week.